How's it going, everybody? This is Josh Brown, back with another Ocean Lakes Current podcast. Today I'm joined by a special guest, James Woods.
Morning.
We're going to be talking about the recent controversy between China and the NBA over the tweet by Rockets general manager Daryl Morey. So first, let's start off and let's talk about the importance of China in the NBA's market. China is the most populous country in the world and therefore is a huge asset for the NBA. In fact, in recent years, China has grown so much in the world of basketball. It has become the most common youth sport, the most popular professional sport, and it has become a multi-billion-dollar market for the NBA. People like Yao Ming have grown it so much, and it's become such a popular thing that the NBA is almost just as big in China as it is here in America.
The multi-billion-dollar assets in China in the NBA were almost lost due to the Houston Rockets general manager Daryl Morey's tweet on October 4th in support of the protesting in Hong Kong.
6 simple words: fight for freedom, stand with Hong Kong. This tweet blew up and he immediately deleted it because of the backlash, and he issued out a public apology. His job appears to be safe according to sources, but the NBA's ties with China obviously are not.
The Houston Rockets franchise has tweeted out, "Listen, at Daryl Morey does not speak for the Houston Rockets. Our presence in Tokyo is all about the promotion of the NBA internationally, and we are not a political organization." LeBron James and NBA Commissioner Adam Silver decided while in China the players should not do any press conferences to protect the players from becoming individual focuses of attention.
After the issue, LeBron stated that he decided he felt Daryl Morey was either misinformed or not really educated on the situation. And then he tweeted up after that, got some backlash, that he was defending the other side. Let me clear up the confusion. I do not believe there was any consideration for the consequences and ramifications of the tweet. I'm not discussing the substance. Others can talk about that. So clearly we can see the players trying to avoid getting in trouble themselves because it's a lot of hot water in Twitter. But Adam Silver had made his own statements about it.
The problem is Adam Silver's trying to defend his relationships with China while staying in the political values of American people and freedom of speech.
Yeah, it truly has caused a conflict about whether or not people think Daryl Morey is going to be fired or anybody's going to be losing a job, but it does not seem to be the case. Just because if they do that, that's setting a precedent that free speech isn't really there because they value the relationship with China more. So it's really a tough situation for the higher-ups of the NBA, and it'll be interesting to see how it plays out.
San Antonio Spurs head coach Greg Popovich, Golden State Warriors head coach Steve Kerr, and Warrior star Stephen Curry, all of whom claimed they lacked the knowledge to offer an opinion on the subject of matter, and still insisted that none of this should be seen as contradicting the NBA's stated belief in free expression.
So lots of players and coaches have things to say. There were some pretty big statements by Shaq that contradicted quite a few of the common statements by other players. He said what a lot of people, I think, are hesitant to see, but as Americans, I think it's true. Shaq said, "As American people, we do a lot of business in China, and they know and understand our values and we understand their values. And one of our best values here in America is free speech. We're allowed to say what we want to say, and we're allowed to speak about injustices. That's just how it goes. If people don't understand that, that's something they have to deal with." I totally agree with this statement. I think he's right, but honestly, if I had all the money of the other players, I don't know how open I'd be to saying this either with the whole controversy and the potential conflicts that I could start. I'm impressed with Shaq going to say this, but that is Shaq, so.
Yeah, but you also have to think about all the other endorsement deals that people could be losing, as in not just James and or Shaq himself, but retired Miami Heat guard Dwayne Wade, one of James's closest friends, in 2018 signed a shoe endorsement deal with a Chinese apparel company that earns him $12 million a year. CJ McCollum, Klay Thompson, and Gordon Hayward, and Rajon Rondo all have shoe deals over a couple $1 million that deal with Chinese markets.
And that obviously plays into it. None of those guys are going to make any statements, especially statements supporting the free speech. But Shaquille O'Neal, he's basically got endorsements on everything American. Everything you see on the TV now, you basically see Shaq on commercials. He's played it right. So he's in a situation where I guess it really doesn't matter. And if you keep up with sports and all that, Shaq is he's a very interesting personality. So I really think it's important for him to weigh in on this and support the other side. Because I support Shaq. I agree.
Yeah.
What do you think?
But I support Shaq and the way that he said it, but at the same time, you have to look at it like the other side. James was trying to do pretty much the exact same thing, but he was still attacked by the shut up and dribble crowd.
Yeah, he was, but I also think the media is covering way too much on LeBron and these certain stars. Like, I think there's so many things bigger going on. Like Adam Silver, look at the situation that he's been put in. Think about it. He has to put ahead either the relationship with China and this huge market that's going to cost the NBA billions if we lose it, or the core values of the United States, the Constitution, like this freedom of speech. That's just a part of our country. So what is he going to do? He either has to side with one of them, and obviously, I mean, he has to go with America, and that's what I think he should do. But like, this is going to cost the NBA a lot off of one tweet, and that puts a situation. What do we do with Daryl Morey? Can't fire him because then that sets a precedent that he can't have free speech or you'll lose your job. So this has just blown up off of one simple action that somebody didn't think was going to be a big deal. And the media is so focused on LeBron and these certain things. No, it's not about LeBron. Everything's not about LeBron. I'm sorry.
I mean, I think LeBron is LeBron, and he's been the face of the league for, well, as long as we've both been alive. So I think he had to put in a word on it, and he had to say something.
Yeah, he had to say something, but I don't think it's that important.
Yeah, but I mean, when you've been the face of the league for that long, and you literally, like, when people think of the NBA, who do they think of? LeBron.
The important thing is, where do we go from here? What does it look like for the future of the NBA in China? Well, China has currently blacked out, as they called it, all the NBA games, and they had all the preseason games blocked. But there's lots of live streaming going on by the Chinese people because they're still big fans of the NBA. So you can only wonder how long they could really keep it out. Like, the people love basketball already. It's already happened and grown. So how long can they truly try to block it from China? And is it ever going to fade away? No, definitely not. It's there to stay, but it'll be interesting to see how it develops. There's really no way to tell right now. I guess we're just going to see. We're going to find out.
Yeah, I think it'll be very interesting to see how it all turns out.
Well, that's all the time we have today, folks. Thank you for listening to the Ocean Lakes Current Podcast. I'm Josh, and thank you, James, for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Hopefully we'll see you again soon. But all you guys, we'll see you on the next episode. Stay safe.